What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and we have a brand new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet gameplay trailer, and honestly, it was pretty massive, lots of great information, and of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, and let's dive right on in. We're going to begin with Riddler Coup, because Riddler Coup told us exactly what was going to be in the trailer if you were paying attention to his account about an hour before the actual trailer dropped. He tweeted out a Tusk and a wheel, and I immediately knew that's going to be the Paradox Donphans. And he also tweeted out Charizard being held up by Necrozma. Now this one I wasn't sure about, but it actually makes so much sense once you see the trailer. And the big headline from today's trailer is they showed off two Paradox Pokemon. Both Paradox Donphans are real, and this pretty much confirms that yes, all the Paradox Pokemon are real from the other leaks too. So there is no way that you can actually be doubting this at this point. They have officially showed them off in the trailer. And we know that Paradox Donphan for Scarlet is called Great Tusk. So fun fact, all of these Scarlet Paradox Pokemon are going to be called Great and Blank. They all have a prefix to them. Same with the Pokemon Violet ones. When we look at the Pokemon Violet ones, it's all iron. So all the Violet ones are going to be Iron Blank. So it's going to be Iron Treads for Donphan, which makes sense. It's like a tank tread. It's using its trunk here to move around. And of course, Great Tusk for Scarlet because the tusks on it are massive. And we actually already know the types of these from the leaks, and it makes a lot of sense to me considering what they look like and what their names are. The Pokemon Scarlet one is a fighting and a ground type, which is actually the best offensive type combo in all of Pokemon. You are super effective against 8 different types of Pokemon. 8 out of the 18 types is phenomenal with stab, so that is going to be crazy, especially with Tera in the game, that you can add additional stab to it as well. So Paradox Donphan for Scarlet is actually going to be amazing, and I'm not going to lie, this one is my pick out of the two. I'm going to give a big win to Pokemon Scarlet here, considering Paradox Donphan just actually seems to be the better one. The Paradox Donphan for Pokemon Violet, I'm not as big a fan of. I'm not a big fan of not really having a face here. I do wish we had a better image of it, but it does seem like it's actually floating over the ground too, which is pretty funny. So, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be ground and electric type, which defensively is better than Paradox Donphan and Scarlet, right? But it's just not as good offensively, so we're going to have to wait and see on stat spreads, moves, and abilities, and all that fun stuff to actually determine that who's better, but right now I'm Team Scarlet on it, and now I'm back to being indecisive between the two versions of the game. And in story, we know about the Paradox Pokemon because Arvin has a Scarlet or Violet book, and the Scarlet and Violet book tells us about these rare creatures. There's sketches about them from a past expedition, which is actually really interesting. And I am a big fan of the images of the Donphans. Iron Treads does not look that great in its image, but Great Tusk looks so sick. So honestly, like, Team Scarlet's just taking it here. That's phenomenal. And we do get some descriptions for both of these. The monster known as Great Tusk. The book describes a savage monster that attacked the expedition team, mortally wounding one of the explorers. And then Iron Treads, known as Iron Treads, when it's rolling to attack, it leaves a trail gouged into the ground as if it had scorched the earth. I'm going to say this. Great Tusk murdered a man. Great Tusk mortally wounded someone, all right? That's a win. Scarlet wins on that. We got a killer. I want the killer on my team. So that's pretty huge. And we also got some other information, of course. So there is a bonus for save data. You can get a special Rotom phone case for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet if you have a save file for Pokemon Sword or Shield, Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, or Let's Go. So there's 4 different cases that you can actually get. And I'm not going to lie, I'm definitely a big fan of the Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. I think that is a big dub for the cases. You get Fat Pikachu and Eevee on it. You get Ball Guy for the Sword and Shield one, which is all right. Arc Phone is pretty legendary. I have to admit, I do love that one a lot. And the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl one, I think, is pretty mid. I think this is honestly the worst one of the 4. So hopefully you can get the save data you need for the one you like the most at the end of the day. When you are getting your Rotom phone, it does take about 2 hours to get the case for it. But when you finally get the case for it, the person you talk to is this person, and they say your phone can reveal your past lives to me, essentially saying that the main character is like Link. It is just a reincarnation of the character for each Pokemon game. So that's actually pretty cool. We also have confirmation of a day one patch coming to Scarlet and Violet in version 1.01. This is about a gigabyte big, so definitely download this when you get a chance. You're going to have to download this in order to play online, do Tera battles, and more. Of course, the online play will be behind Nintendo Switch Online, so make sure you have an active membership so you can actually play with other people and do trades and stuff like that. There's, of course, Tera Raid events, and our first event is with Eevee, which is going to be November 24th to November 27th. Essentially, we'll be able to catch all the different Eevees with Tera hats, which is really cool. So, like for Umbreon, there's going to be an Eevee with a Dark-type hat. For Sylveon, there's going to be an Eevee with a Fairy hat. They just showcase, you know, grass, fire, and water because they don't want to show us all the hats yet. But essentially, if an Eevee evolves into that type, then yes, there'll be an Eevee with that hat. So this is going to be really cool for us to try to get all the Eevee evolutions pretty easily with their correct Tera form. And of course, like I said, you will need Nintendo Online in order to do this event. And this is not the only Tera Raid event. We have a better event coming, and it's actually the most hype event. Catch an unrivaled Charizard in a Black Crystal Tera Raid battle. So there are Black Tera raids, and Black Tera raids are 7-star raids. So in Sword and Shield, there's only raids 1 to 5. Now to have 1 to 7. So in a new rank of 6 and 7 being added to Scarlet and Violet. 7 being the hardest, of course. And essentially, the Pokemon you'll face in these Black Tera Raid crystals are much stronger than the ones that appeared at ordinary Tera Raids. And they may actually be level 100, which is what we heard from the leakers. So that'll be really interesting. Get a level 100 Charizard. And they do look pretty menacingly. So if you want to get your Charizard, it's going to be from December 1st to the 4th. But if you do miss that window, it's going to come back again December 15th to the 18th. The Charizard will have the mightiest mark, so you definitely want to get at least one. But the thing is, you can only actually get one because Charizard cannot be normally encountered in the Paldea region. It is not in the actual dex, but you're allowed to have one per save data. So once you catch one Charizard, you can't catch any more. I wonder if you throw away the Charizard, then you'll be able to get another one. Maybe you can like shiny breed the Charizard to get like shiny Charmanders. We don't really know, but we do know Ditto's going to be in the game. So that is a possibility. This Charizard from the event is going to have the Dragon type Tera Crystal on its head. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to get a Tera Dragon Charizard, which is pretty sweet. I'm sure we're going to be able to shiny hunt it in the Tera Raids as well. So if there is a way to exploit it, I'll definitely let you guys know. But this is going to be the first major event for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And you can see the mightiest mark right here. Title conferred Charizard the Unrivaled, which is actually pretty cool. And this Charizard will have the same markability and moves regardless of when it is caught during the event. So all the Charizards are going to be the same. The only difference is going to be the IVs of the Charizard. Lastly, we have a Pokemon Home update for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So one, they are updating the app to actually show us real battle data for singles and doubles. So you can actually see trainer rankings, Pokemon rankings, which means the most used Pokemon for these events. You can see their typings. You can see the moves they use, the abilities, the percentages of actually having these moves and abilities too. So that is super exciting. And Pokemon Home's battle data feature will be coming in 2023 on the mobile app, which is really cool. I think this is really sick. The fact that we have percentages for the ability is awesome. So that is going to be massive. And they also say compatibility between Pokemon Scarlet, Violet, and Home is slated for spring 2023. After you've linked either title to Pokemon Home, you'll be able to transfer Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet to Pokemon Home and bring select Pokemon from past games to the Paldea region. Please look forward for more details. So essentially they're telling us, hey, Cleaver, Hisui, and Zoroark and Zorua, yes, they're coming in 2023 with Pokemon Home, but not every Pokemon. But I'm going to assume all the Hisuian Pokemon like Ursaluna is going to make it in, but there's going to be some Pokemon who don't make it in, so there's going to be some feelings hurt there for sure. Well, guys, that is all of the information we got today for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I am super hyped. I don't know what version I'm getting because that Paradox DONPHAN was phenomenal. I'll let you guys know if any more leaks or data mines occur. Keep it tuned to the channel. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like the video. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.